So we have the draft started. We got a first ban with Black Feather. I would expect to see like a Churn or Varya come out next to take that away. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
maybe the churn or variable, one of them is going to get through. We'll have to see if From Mars picks up them or picks up that person immediately. Taka, obviously another person, another character that's been kind of prioritized every once in a while in draft.
So we see the Grace ban come out. So they're leaving Varya and Churn both on the board. This gives the option of team from Mars to go with the Churn Walker unless they are confident with the Varya pick. They can just go ahead and pick that out.
Yeah, we did see a Varya earlier today. I think it was oh yeah, ganked by parents. They ran a weapon power Varya, really strong. So I was not surprised seeing weapon power Varya be as strong as she was in that matchup. But Turnwalker would be another really good pickup here. Ringo, okay.
Ringo first pick. That throws me off a little bit. I guess they're confident in their Ringo pick as a hyper carry.
Yeah,
Curious to see what their answer with that. I think they'll try to get the Taka pick eventually in this draft unless it gets banned out from Mars after this first pick. I don't see them first picking it.
Yeah. I think if I don't see them first picking Taka. Maybe picking up Churnwalker here, or if not picking up Churnwalker, banning it.
Well, I think they still need to do their pick. I feel like they need to pick a carry here.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's going to be Arden pick. It's a top tier Roma right now, so I can obviously understand that.
Right.
I wonder if they're going to leave the Churn open and say we're not scared of Churn and we're just going to counter it out and out draft it, or they're going to ban it away. But we'll see. Because if I want to assume they want to go for an assassin for the Ringo, since Grace and Arden's gone. Those are both like peeling heal type supports. So like if you can get a Taka onto a Ringo in the draft, that's really good. But Churnwalker can be said to be a counter to Taka because his change will bring out his stealth. So I feel like a Churnwalker ban would be smart.
Yeah, Churn, obviously another top tier captain. A lot of people have been playing, but Rona is another carry that we have seen a lot in BizPro, obviously the last couple of weeks, and there's still a box out there, so definitely looking at those two carries to be still prioritized. Obviously, Ringo already been picked up on the front Mars side. It looks like if draft is currently working, I'm trying to wait and see. We are working with the draft client. Obviously, it's brand new, first time us using this new double ban. So hopefully we get it up and running correctly, so both teams can see what is happening. That is important. Yeah, they can't see what is being picked on the other side, so maybe we need to restart the.
They're saying to restart in chat. They're asking if they can restart.
Trying to figure out what we need to do to get the draft working. I know the players are currently communicating in chat.
I think, do we have someone that's like able to restart the draft client for these guys? Or
Is it not working?
we oh. Okay, so the draft system is throwing the players off a little bit. They're not exactly sure how to use it. Does that mean that we want to go ahead and just type out the draft in chat, or do you want to try to wait for the figures to try to like figure it out? Okay,
Okay.
so I think we are back in the draft. So originally they had a Ringo pick, and then the Arden pick came out. Black Feather and Grace already banned, and we talked about the Turnwalker ban. It's a smart idea, and then they banned Varya to take away the hyper carry from B side. And I think so now they're trying to find an answer for the Ringo. We could see Arona come out. She's very tanky. She can get on top of Ringo. We've seen that matchup a few times. Normally, go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say I think the Rona is a strong pick in the lane right now, so into the Ringo would probably be a pretty decent pickup.
It's true. Okay, so they did pick Rona. I think this is a really good pick along with the Arden. You're gonna have the extra speed boost. The barrier is just gonna keep the Rona tanked up, being able to chase in there. And they did ban away the Grace, so they can't really pick a Grace with the Ringo. Let's see, what's some other good options they could do? Churn's gone. Could try doing a Lyra. I don't think the Lyra's that good into Arona. I think she's gonna get on top of both of them. Nah, I don't think Catherine. I think if anything, you want to go with like maybe like you could try a Lance, or you could like do a Finn.
Yeah, they always say the best thing to do against Arona is to somehow stop her from spinning in a red mist. So I always say Catherine, even when Catherine's not meta.
Okay, so they do go with the Lyra pick. Okay, this gives Ringo some sustain, but once if the Rona gets a good engagement in there, it's really hard to actually stop her because you don't have anything to push her away or stun her. So it's a risky pick, but sometimes it might work sometimes, but it's going to be definitely a hard matchup there. Let's see. Now they're looking for their jungler pick. What do you need to stop Arona?
Maybe some more Ordained from a Baptiste.
Ordained from a Baptiste, maybe. Get them locked down there. Maybe Ringo can burst her up a little bit.
What other junglers do we got? I mean,
I think you need to win the jungle. So if the lane is going to be pressured a lot, I think you need something to win the jungle out. So
Kashka it is then.
Well, Kashka you have, but then the other team could go Baptiste and counter that out.
Yeah.
And then you're in a losing matchup in both lane and jungle.
They're thinking about it.
They're thinking about it.
Could do Sky. How about a Sky? Does Sky work? Would Sky be able to kite out the Rona?
So they did pick the Baptiste. This is okay pick thinking about the draft. I think it was either like you would have to do a Baptiste or like a Taka, because they could pick Taka here and then pretty much dive on the Ringo really hard, and he would be kind of useless, and they can just turn on the Baptiste once the Ringo is dead, and then he'd pretty much be a fun little snack.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the jungle coming out of Esskit is. Then I believe they are on side B. Definitely probably don't want to pick up that Kashka into a Baptiste.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a Taka going through here.
Yeah, Taka's still out there. Taka be able to blow up a Ringo and be able to get on top of him would definitely be nice. Kestrel it is. Kestrel, okay.
So Kestrel was the pick. All right, there we have it. Kestrel, Rona, Arden.
Yeah, Kestrel, Rona, Arden into a Ringo, Lyra, and Baptiste.
I think they wanted someone who could outrange the Baptiste, so maybe they weren't confident with the dive comp going into Baptiste with a Lyra B. Maybe they're fearful that they couldn't pull it off properly, or fearful that the unrated team would just counter them out too hard with their engagement. So I can understand it. We'll see how they execute, I guess.
Yeah,
we would have to see in game.
All right, so we're about to jump into this game. From Mars versus Esssskit. From Mars is on side B, and we have Esssskit on side A. But we see the draft was kind of flipped there. So currently we have them on the correct side now with the correct heroes.
Yeah, I don't think the Twitch chat knew either way. I think it was just a party thing we saw. So of course it is the CP Kestrel, so they are definitely trying to go for the outrange and kind of like maneuverability before they can poke down and then get a good dive in with Rona. But what they do need to watch out for is it gets later in the game, they will have the portal available. If they can get a good portal with a B on top of Kestrel and Arden, then they can burst up that Kestrel pretty quickly, and then
So looking at the comps currently that we have, do you think From Mars has the advantage here?
I know Hello Kitty. He's a really good Rona. I think going into this, we have to From Mars is the favorite. So I want to we have to give them the edge because they are the favorites. They've proven their skill. Esssskit Gaming really have to bring their A game if they want to take off this win.
Ooh, we do see the tree actually being taken away there from Esssskit, so they got a little head start right away. We're going to see them rotate up to the lane, though. It's at the laning phase. We're going to see Erica Kane just back off. Let's go back and get the backs and start farming up.
Yeah, those backs aren't spawning for about another 10 seconds, though. Oh, yeah, actually, five.
Yeah.
So Erica Kane is a little bit ahead of the jungle rotation. And the lane is pushing, so they could rotate down for a shop share once that comes up there.
Yeah, they did put the minion candy out there on top of the minions getting a little strong. Hello Kitty, he's going to rotate real quick and maybe try to take away this healing treant. Piercy's going to be here to try to take it away, and he doesn't. Hello Kitty does get it. He into the fray back up just to go continue to farm the lane.
And while they are distracted up there, Baptiste rotating up, Kestrel's getting a free shop tree and taking the front right now.
Yeah, so that would be a nice advantage there. He definitely would have been able to back there. He thought the bad mojo was going to hit him, but he's fine. He's going to stay healthy and back out of that.
This gives Baptiste a little bit of time to clear up the jungle rotation timers because his back was already up on Erica Kane, but he had to recall. And the Baptiste is still waiting for his jungle spawning. We got some lane pressure a little bit. No, they're just going to back off and recall.
Yeah, do you think we'll see a traditional build out of Hello Kitty, maybe just into the Serpent's Mask and the Breaking Point, or are we going to see maybe a little more aggression with Sorrow Blade and other attack items?
No, I think we are going to see the Serpents with the Breaking Point, and then probably a Shiver Steel to really lock down the Ringo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we're going to see anything too far different from that.
Yeah, well, if Hello Kitty keeps rotating down and taking the enemy's healing treant, he's a pretty good game for himself if he has free rotation into the enemy jungle.
Mm.
EDC little scrimmage here, though. Stark does get chunked down from Hello Kitty, just on top of him, but he's going to stay healthy with Imperial Sigil from Piercy. He rotates up to help support his laner. We obviously have the laners just going at it, trying to farm up and keep the lanes pushed. And other than that, the junglers are just jungling away. We're going to see maybe a rotation here soon once they get through this jungle rotation.
And even just the Rona, like, with the quick burst, brought the Lyra down to about a 4th health. That's something they have to be extremely careful of. Like, Lyra is a squishy hero, and she doesn't have anything to really lock down the Rona. So when that Rona's on top of you, there's a problem. We see Rona just stole the mid treant from Baptiste yet again.
Yep. And it's just like clockwork. He knows exactly when that healing treant is responding. He rotates down every time he comes back up. Run does get back up there. Percy drives really low, and here comes the glimmer shot from Erica to finish it off. But the burst from Hello Kitty, like you said, was huge. We're going to see them continue to push here. We do have the Crystal Castro, though, so of course this is going to be, a lot of damage on the turret from far range. Going to be able to chunk down the turret probably rather quickly, and it looks like even Stark has to stay in the way. So Erica's just going to be sitting back, throwing out, those glimmer shots, trying to get as much damage as possible on that turret. But he does take a really big bad mojo, but the fountain does come out.
And he had a bliss push. I don't think it was just the bad mojo. I think he overstepped a little bit too much, and he got a little taste of the bad mojo with the turret.
Oh, it was the turret. I missed the turret shot coming in. I'd say that's a big burst damage from a bad mojo that early on. All right, we are going to see Rona, though, maybe he rotates down. Jungle Shop. We see the spell sword coming out of the Ringo. Looks like the Tyrant's Monocles are already in line for its next purchase for the Star K on that Ringo.
I think Hello Kitty went into a Dragon Sword. We might see her go for an early Shiver Steal before finishing the breaking point. We'll see. We got an engagement here. Baptiste and Lyra dropping insanely low.
Yeah, Erica Kane's going to be able to throw out those glimmer shots, just keeps chunking them down. Pierce needs to be careful, though. They are going to change the turret. Hello Kitty jumps in on top. The turret is going down. The red mist coming through. Doesn't really matter. He does take a Hellfire Brew to the face, though. Hello Kitty needs to be careful. The fountain does get popped, though. Hello Kitty's looking a little more healthy, maybe going to look for a re-engage. Meanwhile, Erica Kane's just going to sit back, keep throwing those glimmer shots. When those glimmer shots are connecting, pretty big chunk. Hello Kitty's going to, gets the little bit of health back on that healing treant.
They had good focus. They're taking on the turret. They got another engagement, though. It's going to back off.
Star K went a little low there, but it looks like they are going to back off. Erica looks like going to go home, get shop. Where are the Shattered Glass on Erica King? So definitely a lot of offense coming out of him in the jungle.
I like the CP Castro. They're able to burst down the Ringo, the Lyra and the Baptiste at once. That's how they were able to push into that turret. They got them low. And we don't have a lot of health on the Lyra yet. She went Fountain, so she wanted to regen them a lot. She would have to blow the Fountain early to get them back up. But when they're low like that already, it's just kind of free reign for them to siege that turret like we saw. And even after they got the turret siege from soaking damage, Hello Kitty still tried to go in. So this. I think it's kind of dominant at this point, damage coming out. We're going to have to see some crazy plays.
Yeah, the jungle right now, though, bad player and Erica were just towing off, and luckily Erica sidesteps that Fearsome Shade, but it looks like 2G's rotates down to help Erica secure that kill. Like you mentioned already before, really until Lyra gets that portal, Erica Kane just sits back and throws out those glimmer shots, and no one really touches them. Meanwhile, I was too busy talking about the jungle, and Hello Kitty went ahead and cleaned up in the lane. Going to take another turret. They're going to take maybe the gold miner here, and that's going to be a pretty big gold swing in their favor.
This is a dangerous point for Team Esssskit right now. They gave up a big lead. That's a 5K plus gold advantage right now with a Rona on top of a Ringo matchup. This is a very dangerous spot for Team Esssskit right now. If they can't execute right and blow up Kestrel when she gets level 6, I don't think they really have a win condition anymore. And I think Hazard just see from Mars is just gonna keep engaging, poking them from a
Mhm.
distance, and keep pushing down these turrets.
Yeah, I feel like that's the big thing is that Erica can get a lot of damage down from far, and then Hello Kitty can just jump in to clean up, or the other way around. Hello Kitty can jump in, do a lot of damage, and just let Erica Kane clean up, just because of those glimmer shots and even those one-shot one kills. If they're landing, they're going to do a lot of damage. Shatter Glass, Clockwork, already having that cooldown for those glimmer shots.
Yeah, it is on a. It has a low cooldown. She just used it. She didn't miss the one hit, but it's already 20 seconds till it's back up. We do see Hello Kitty's infusions running low. He's trying to take out this turret before his infusion runs out.
I don't know if he's going to be able to get it because he's backing away. The gauntlet does fall. The red mist coming through. The Fearsome Shade is not blocked out. It looks like, nope, the portal over the wall. But Hello Kitty follows him right through. Going to pick up Starkey. Maybe looking for a kill on Percy. If not, just going to farm these minions. But that was an interesting fight.
Oh, we do. Erica Kane does drop from a bad mojo and a turret shot, I believe. That was.
No, he's not done. He's not done. He
He
wanted that ace.
Dead. I think it was a mistake portaling. The Lyra dropped as she portaled over the wall, and that even allowed the Rona to gap close on the Ringo.
Yeah.
And just nice double kill for her.
Yeah, we do see them sticking around maybe a little too long. Actually, 2Gs is just picked up the Baptiste, no problems, and they're still just continuously pushing. 2Gs isn't really afraid right now. He's going to continue pushing the lane, even though his laner's dead, and his laner just now respawned, but his jungler's just jungling away.
So we are at the 10-minute mark. The gold lead's about 8K pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't think they've cleared out any sentries.
No, I don't think they have.
So I think they can continually take control of their backs and their healer on Team Esssskit, but they don't really got too much control over Goldmine right now.
Yeah, 2Gs. It looks like he's going to be sticking his ground in this tri-bush here. It looks like Esskit actually backing away, but they're going to jump on top of Pierce. Pierce does get the Fountain off, does get the Imperial Sigil, keeps him alive. Here comes a Hellfire Brew. I don't know if it's going to do too much. It does actually land on Hello Kitty. He is going decently low. Fountain is still up from 2Gs, though, so they still have a chance to die back in. No cooldowns have been used along with a gauntlet, so it looks like, Erica Kane does find a bad player, and he does pop his flask. He is actually alive currently, so he's maybe going to get a little back port here.
And in the lane, Rona does fall to Ringo. I didn't catch that fight, but I'm surprised the Ringo was able to take down Rona. Maybe an overstep or overdive.
Yeah, I mean, Hello Kitty was low, but yeah, like you said, normally with a Rona, you can jump in and keep yourself alive, definitely when you have that Serpent's Mask. But we do see a pretty big lane here starting to push up. Do you think Esskit's going to be able to stall to the 15-minute mark, or do we see from Mars continuing the aggression just to push into the base?
I think from Mars are being a little bit too
careless.
Careless. Yeah, careless at the moment. So like, if they group correctly and not try to make their own solo plays, which I think they're known for a lot, is just being really good single mechanic players and trying to make a lot of plays themselves. And like you see how split they are.
Yeah.
Already, but
still doing a lot of damage, though. We do see how he's red missing, spinning. He's going to maybe take down a bad player. He does. The gauntlet has kept them in for a while. We see Starkey trying to get out of there. Like you said, Hello Kitty kind of rotated down into that tri-bush by himself. Got a lot of damage taken on him. But luckily, Erica Kane was able to sit back and spit out a lot of damage as well. But we see Piercy not in the right place at the right time. He's going to go ahead and fall down. All that's left is Starkey. No cracking up, only 12:45, so maybe rotate, take a gold miner here, and continue farming.
That pretty much sums it up. Once the Rona gets on top of Ringo or Lyra, they're pretty much gonna die unless they can collapse on Rona and like do enough damage to make him scared. Once that Rona put himself in between the Ringo and the Lyra, he Shiver Steeled on top of the Lyra. The Lyra wasn't going anywhere. Just free stacks, free damage going out. pretty much instantly dying.
Yeah, we do see Rona pick up a Sorrow Blade as well as a breaking point. So Rona's definitely going to be outputting a lot of damage. And when you look at the Ringo, pretty much if Rona can get a hold of that Ringo, the Ringo's not going to be able to survive for too long. Really no defense. And I feel like the burst from Hello Kitty will be too much for Starkey unless he can get enough healing from his library. But we do see maybe another engage here. Erica King's going to be throwing out the Glimmer Shots. One shot, one kill does land on top of Percy. Does a huge chunk. It looks like they're going to maybe try to get a team fight here or just push the lane. They're going to probably force a rotation or a back out of Team Esssskit. And looks like that's what they're getting. But here comes Hello Kitty over the wall. He's pushing this turret hard right now, doing a lot of damage, but there's no minions. So looks like he's going to stay alive. Arden's going to be there to get the Gauntlet out, or the Vanguard, keep Hello Kitty alive.
Yeah, with this 10K gold lead difference, I think it's hard to really play to your win advantage. You have to play off of the enemy's mistakes. So
Yeah.
you don't really have a win anymore.
Here comes another engage, though. Hello Kitty takes down Lyra immediately. Here comes the Gauntlet on top of both players. Gets trapped into the Gauntlet. It does get blocked out by reflex block, but it doesn't matter. Bad player is going to go down. The Rona jumped right on top, but Rona does fall. I think Fountain was popped a little late there, unless it just came up and I missed it. So Arcade's going to go back in. Actually, does a lot of damage on top of the Kestrel, but does be able to get in the active camo, kind of stay hidden, and drop a couple more pools and get out of there.
That was really impressive because right before he attacked the Rona, he infused again. So he got that little extra damage right before he started to step the Rona down coming from the base. I like it. Good plays coming up from Starkey.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see more plays like that leading into this game. We're at the 15-minute mark, so Kraken is up. It'll be a huge objective. A lot of teams are gonna start fighting around that and hopefully force a fight and work to get the Kraken.
Yeah, what scares me though is the item differences. We see 2 complete items on Lyra, and then 4 complete items on Arden. She's up a Echo and an Atlas Pauldron.
Yeah, the engage has already started. The 2Gs. Here comes Hello Kitty. 1v3. He doesn't really care. I think he just made a misplay though, and he is gonna fall. And Mars or 2Gs and Eric are gonna have to back out of this. Hopefully, stay alive. And actually, the huge active camo blows up Percy right in his face, but Starkey does not care. He's continuing his advantage. He's trying to take down Erica Kane. Erica does actually get out, I think, for now. A bad player actually may go down to this Crystal Sentry / nope, Arden's going to fall. Unfortunately, right now, it is a 2v1 situation. Starkey is really low, and so is a bad player, and I don't know which way Erica Kane wants to go to find him. He's going to find back. Oh, barely gets the return. I don't think Starkey realized he's sitting in. Oh, he was sitting right next to a active camo trap. One shot, one kill goes wide. Starkey's gonna get out of there. Here comes Hello Kitty.
This was an interesting little gauge. I don't think he's gonna find the Ringo out unless Ringo tries to go for this mid. Maybe no. I think they're just gonna start the Kraken. I want to sum up the little fight though. Hello Kitty overstepped, and Arden and Kestrel knew they had to back off. As they're running away, Kestrel was laying the stun traps, and that's why Lyra got picked off with the active camo and instantly got deleted. Craption did fall, of course, from Mars, got it. And that's kind of led up to an interesting placement between the Arden and the Kestrel with active camos and the Gauntlet coming out. They couldn't quite get the Kestrel away. But Arden was stuck in there trying to body block for the Kestrel from Baptiste, so his life did fall. But the Kestrel there was able to get the Ringo and Baptiste low enough, so.
Yeah, I think this could be, if they play it right and they do stay together and don't dive in one by one, I think From Mars could have a decent push here and maybe even in the game. Only 1 turret left and they have a lot of damage. Definitely with the amount of poke coming out of Erica Kane currently over the wall. Starkey's taking huge chunks, even with the Imperial Sigil. And Percy has to jump in front of that 1-shot, 1-kill and gets half-chunked himself. So that's just tons of damage. I just have a feeling Hello Kitty and Erica are just going to chunk through this turret immediately. Here comes the Gauntlet. It does land on top of them.
And Ringo can't get out. He has no reflex block anymore.
He's stuck there. Here comes another Gauntlet. Yeah, that's going to be GG's. 18 minutes, I think maybe a little longer than what From Mars could have finished it. A couple throws here and there, but Hello Kitty, he's got to do his thing and get some couple solo kills. So they do go ahead and win game 1.
Is this a best of 3 or a best of? I think
This is a best of 3. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think the item differences was just too much. They let them get too much of a lead. Maybe they didn't let them. It's just they have a more powerful comp. Like their draft from Mars was, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have a top tier roamer. I think I'm gonna talk about the draft real quick. So when From Mars banned out the Grace, I think you had to get a roamer you wanted. If you didn't want the churn, you probably should have banned that out at the start.
Yeah.
And then picked up a Grace or Arden for yourself as a top tier roamer. Because you have a losing matchup hard in the lane. You have Rona into Ringo and Lyra, where Rona can get on top of either one of those Shiver Steel, and they can't do anything about it. You really need a roamer that fits well with Ringo, not just first pick the Ringo and hope for the hyper carry, because you get outdrafted like that.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Lyra just getting chunked down as that wasn't able to be a tanky front line. So From Mars does take game 1, 17-7. First game down. Hopefully we'll go ahead and get right into the next draft. That way we don't waste any more time and we can get this next match going. So hopefully the teams will get into draft here for this next game. We do have players that are not currently in the draft, so we'll get them back in and start the next matchup. Like you were kind of talking about already from the last match, though, maybe Esskit looking at getting maybe a top tier captain could be more important.
Yeah, you definitely can't give up. You want to get at least Arden or Grace, because Hello Kitty is a very good Rona, and if you look at his record, like he plays Rona quite a bit, and he's good at it.
Yeah.
You really need someone to lock down that Rona. So they tried the Baptiste. That's fine. That's a good attempt, but I think you really need a captain to lock down that Rona, so your carries can outdo more damage. Because I think if you're Baptiste and you want to ordain, you're putting yourself extremely close anyways to the Rona, and she can just reflex yourself out of that ordain and get on top of you as well. So I think they really need someone tanky with a lot of lockdown, or just appeals like an Arden Gauntlet, so Gauntlet and zone out the Rona with the Vanguards to speed boost away, or shield heal with Grace, and then you also have your A's to slow a shield, and then a B if you can land a good B, stun out the Rona.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a sub coming in here. Legendary Sky looks like he will be stepping in for a bad player. So we'll see how that changes. That could maybe change up the team Esskit.
And there's something about the quality being low or something, and the so something from our mics, or is this like something? Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I can hear Shaded just fine. So
Yeah, I didn't hear anything from Endless either. So I don't know. Is something through the stream or something you heard through Discord? Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get to this next draft. So do you think Hello Kitty will get on top of that Rona once again, or is he just as comfortable on the heroes like Ringo and Vox, the other strong laners?
Well, this is we are looking at a VG8 team, so you have to assume that they have a good pool. So they have a good pool size.
Hmm.
That's why it's extremely important to get on a good draft for yourself, because you have to assume that who you're facing can probably play multiple comps that they're comfortable on. So if you don't really get a solid comp yourself, I think you're injuring yourself too much.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So I want to see at least like one type of winning matchup come out of them. I think they lost the roam matchup, the lane, and the jungle matchup. So I want to see a different style. At least try to get a roamer that is a top tier roamer. So like maybe the Arden, Grace, maybe the Churn, you could say, is close to top tier.
Yeah, I think it's obviously important in the draft phase to win something somewhere. You don't want to put yourself too far behind going into the match and battle with an uphill battle. So hopefully Esssskit will definitely get some top tier characters on their side. So the draft client, once again, trying to work out all the kinks. It looks like they're trying to refresh and hope that it is working.
Okay, so we do have a Grace band coming through. I think from Mars is A side this time, right? Okay, so from Mars, banning out the Grace. Let's see who Esskit wants to respond with that ban.
Hopefully they don't put themselves too much in a hole with banning away too many top tier captains, kind of like what they found themselves in last matchup.
I think on B side you do have a little bit of a different option because the Grace is off the board already. So if we say Arden and Grace is the top 2 tier captains right now, it might not be a bad idea to just take them both away.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw that they liked Lyra pick. They thought Lyra pick was in their pool, so they could try to do a Lyra pick again. But I think if you want to ban out the Rona as well, then you don't want a Rona again, or pick Rona for themselves. You know, like if Arden and Grace is already off the board, Lyra Rona combo really isn't that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would like to see Turnwalker in this game and not have it banned away, just because watch some trespasses are pretty entertaining in some of these matchups. But when you look at the other captains, I think it really just comes down to the Grace, Arden, Churn, Lyra. If they try to go without Lyra again, we'll have to see. We're still waiting for this first band, I do believe.
So we're having some draft issues again at the moment. We're having troubles where their players can't get their band through. Let's see what we can do about that.
I think the key currently is refresh. Not sure if that works on their end.
I'm curious though what From Mars has up their sleeves, taking away the Grace band. That could have been a pick for themselves, you know. Maybe they felt like when the captains were starved out, that it was an easy draft for them. Like they felt like, I mean, they won draft throughout every role, so maybe they felt like we're just starting out the captains again, and I'll draft them again. So maybe that's the thought process, but we'll see if they have an ideal comp in their mind.
Yeah, I think when we go back to the VGA conversation, that this team is definitely well practiced and well adverse. That they definitely are going to be playing some heroes they're pretty comfortable on, and especially if they take away some of those top tier captains, they can flex themselves into a comfortable spot. Which I think we have an update here with an Ozo ban, if that's right.
Are these legitimate?
So
okay,
I
I think the draft you guys are seeing on the Twitch chart is not correct. I think there's a mishap in the draft. I don't know if we have the answer at the moment of what we're gonna do to fix this, but I don't think that the Ozo ban is what they wanted. Okay, so I think we're gonna do a restart of this draft. Obviously, I think from Mars is gonna stick with the Grace ban, but I think the Varya ban, I mean the Ozo ban, is gonna be different.
I don't know if hopefully the teams will get the correct link to the draft, because you have to have a link to get into the draft and to be able to pick their heroes and ban it. But being the first time we've ran the draft client, obviously can be confusing, and technology isn't always our friend. So hopefully, as we continue this season, it will get easier to use and less buggy.
Just bear with us. I'm not. I see some things like they can't ban Varya. I don't know, because like it was a mess up in the draft where both teams realized it was a mess up. So like it could have been like the other team that actually tried to ban Varya or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like both teams realized it was messed up, and like in chat they're talking like what's going on and stuff. So I think if we see a Varya ban, like it's acceptable.
I would say a Varya ban is normal. So I think we have the correct links now, and hopefully all right, round 2, let's do this. This time it's going to be correct. Yeah, I think someone may have wanted to pick Ozo the last round, so maybe we'll see an Ozo come through. If an Ozo comes through, that would be insane.
As the first pick, yeah.
As the first pick, sometimes you just got to do something unconventional.
Okay, so they did have to stick with the Grace ban. I'm curious to see what they do with the second ban, but the Ozo was a mistake. I'll be surprised if they ban it again as a troll.
Yeah, it could be. I think the spots were reversed. I think someone may have tried to ban Varya, so we'll see if that sticks through, or if they maybe ban away that Arden here in this situation. We'll have to see what side A is going to respond to once the ban does come through, though.
Okay, so they did ban Varia. This is an acceptable ban. Like it's a common ban. You want to take away that hyper carry. We'll see if they did want the Ozo pick on A side. Maybe they did want it, and maybe that's what happened. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, if it comes through, it could be successful. It depends. The side B's gonna have to pick up that Lance then.
They did have a dominant first game, so like maybe they're like maybe we're like we can pick whatever we want and we can make it work, you know. So
Yeah,
we'll
maybe
see.
it's a good time to try some new comps out, some new strats.
Okay, so they didn't go with the Ozo ban, but something that's not very seen much in competitive is the Flicker pick. I think that's an exciting matchup.
Flicker is definitely interesting. It's definitely something that fits in the same category as trying a new strategy. So the captain Flicker is something that we haven't seen in a while, but I guess it could work.
Okay, and we got the Black Feather pick coming out on B side. This is something they banned away A side, so maybe they base the drafts around the Black Feather picks or ban. Maybe they feel like it's really a top tier pick right now. So we'll see what they can do with it. I'm curious to see what their next ban is. Maybe take. Okay, so they banned Rona. That's fine. Rona's a counter to Black Feather, so take away the counter. Can understand that. And Hello Kitty did have a phenomenal Rona. I mean, some extensions, maybe some cockiness, but he has a good Rona regardless. We'll see who they ban. I want to assume it's a jungle pick or a captain ban.
Yeah, maybe a Churn Walker ban here, or even an Arden. Who knows with this Flicker pick, they could flex that anywhere. You know, we could see a weapon power lane if they really wanted to get crazy on us. But I would assume they would maybe target a jungler here. The Black Feather, though, do you think it could go lane, or would you rather see that flex in the jungle if need be?
I think it's a flex pick, so like I don't think it's safe to say right now. I want to see how the rest of the draft goes because if they can take a dominant jungle one, we got an Arden ban coming out, so they are starving out the captains once again. What's left? They had the Churn open. I think Churn was left open last game. I think they went Lyra and then banned Churn. Is that how it went? But so I want to assume that they don't go Churn here. They might, or they just might do a Lyra pick again. Maybe they're not confident with the Churn pick yet. He is a hard hero to play.
Yeah, if it's something they're not comfortable with, definitely don't want to put themselves in an uncomfortable situation right away from draft. So picking something they are more comfortable with, and so it is going to be the Churn Walker. So hopefully it's something that they feel comfortable running, and we'll have to see if the last pick is going to be that captain or the carry or the jungler or the carry.
So I think. So the Black Feather can be flexed either way. I think if they pick a very dominant jungler like a Kashka, you just wanna keep the Black Feather probably in lane because the Kashka is dominant against Black Feather regardless. And then if you have a Flicker to get on top of him and slow him down, I think that's an easy way to get snowballed. But we'll have to see what their answers are to the Black Feather and Churn Walker from Mars.
Yeah, this Kestrel, okay.
Kestrel pick once again. They really like this Kestrel. I had to assume maybe it's going on Erica Kane again. He went CP Kestrel, so maybe once again, but we'll see. Kestrel. All right, Kestrel, Lance, and Flicker. This is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. How do you think they're going to flex these picks?
I mean, there's still a Ringo, there's still a Vox. I honestly think for me, being the scrub I am, I would just pick up a Ringo and put that Black Feather CP in the jungle.
I think Ringo can work. I think their comp has a lot of like slipperiness, like collapsing. Like Lance can really get on top of a Ringo. A Flicker can get on top of a Ringo, and then he's just kind of stuck there. He doesn't have any dashes or anything like that. Like he can't Quicksilver away from a flicker. Like the flicker slows too much. I think they'd be able to collapse on him. I think we need someone who's like kind of like maybe like another type of bruiser, or just keep the Black Feather in lane. I mean, late game, if you can get enough items, you should be tanky enough to beat a Kestrel and Lance, maybe, and maybe do like a Taka pick or something, and maybe you can win out the jungle, and we can really burst one up with a dive comp.
I mean, there's some teams out there that run that weapon power crawl in the lane. You know, we could always see that.
Well, what teams do that? Hello?
I don't know.
All right, so we see a fortress pick. Come out. This is good. I think they really have to get to that late game. Once they get to that late game, the Lance can't. If it's a weapon Lance, maybe weapon Lance lane and CP Kestrel. I think they have to put the Kestrel. What would you put Kestrel against Fortress? Maybe. I think CP Flicker is too weak, so I think they're gonna keep the Flicker as a laner or roamer. I mean, you could try weapon power Flicker, but I don't think that's the case.
Nah.
I think it's CP Kestrel weapon lane Lance with the roam Flicker. That's what I personally think. I think once it gets to late game, though, the Kestrel's going to have a lot of issues if Fortress and Black Feather can get those wolves, the pack come out, and then Black Feather dive on. You don't really have any heals. You have some stuns, but I think I don't think there's going to be enough damage coming out on top of Black Feather and Fortress if they allow them to get late enough in the game.
Yeah. Just being able to run the little dive comp they have and get on top of the Kestrel, I guess, would be their main focus. I guess it just depends on who the main damage dealer coming out of that combination of Lance, Flicker, and Kestrel. I've played a lot of Flicker and Blitz mode when it comes to a Crystal Power, and it can be fun. So we'll have to see how it works in a real matchup.
I feel like CP Flicker, the damage or the CP scaling is just so low. Like I feel like a CP Flicker really isn't that strong. Any more stronger than probably like a Captain Flicker, you know? Yeah. I feel like the CP scaling isn't that strong. Like, because Flicker hurts regardless. Even as a captain, once you get level 4, like she's hurting you. So I think people just mistake that for like CP Flicker. Like her scalings aren't that much.
So so it looks like Erica Kane is playing this Flicker. So in this case, what is Erica gonna start with? What does he need to build?
It's a good question. I would have to assume like maybe you try to go for like. Do you go for an aftershock? What do you do? Because I feel like the scaling, like I said, I think the scalings on Flicker are low compared to other scalings of CP heroes. Like I feel like you have to do an aftershock.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, what? I mean, like
Shatterglass, and you just throw out your what is it? It'd be your A. Just to have them sit on that.
You can try that, but once it gets late game, like they're a dive comp, like
yeah,
you would have to do Shatter, like, I don't know, Clockwork, and like maybe more cooldown, or just that's it, and then you go defense.
I know this isn't something that we were prepared for to talk about, but we are on the Halcyon Fold for Game 2 from Mars versus Esssskit. We definitely have some interesting comps. The Flicker, Lance, Kestrel coming out from Mars. Erica Kane running this Crystal Flicker. Going to be interesting to see up against this dive comp from Esssskit on the Black Feather and Fortress. Fortress running 2 weapon blades right now. Probably trying to get that early jungle as quick as possible. Jungle speed's key.
So From Mars is going to start up the shop treant. I think they're going to get a free shop treant. No engagement coming out of Team Esssskit. Doing a little bit of a trading back and forth here. Churn is dropping very low. They might take this and invade their jungle. I think they're going to just take this, either push lane or go to their jungle. They know Churn's too low and they're stopping him from recalling.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Erica can get off a good amount of damage here in the jungle to actually win jungle early. Looks like he's going to focus on trying to get the healing tree, and he does go ahead and no, Fortress
No, he
actually gets
doesn't.
it.
And this might be a dead Erica Kane here. First blood going over to Fortress. Those double weapon blades coming through. Those auto attacks hurting. And we missed what happened in lane, but there's some trading going back and forth. Black Feather must have dived on Hello Kitty a little bit and want to trade out. Let's see. 2Gs might take down Churnwalker here in the jungle, and he does. Auto Gintian Wall auto combo to finish him off. He might be coming behind Black Feather here, going to lane as a gank, but Hello Kitty's low. I don't think he can really do too much. Just some poke coming out.
Pushing Starkey out of that, letting Hello Kitty farm up without any issues, be able to back now. Going to see Hello Kitty pick up the first items. Starkey obviously has not shopped yet. We'll have to see once this wave gets pushed back out. And, Fortress, definitely a lot of attack right now going towards that Aftershock first item. We'll have to see Erica Kane, what build path he decides to go on this Flicker. If it's going to be that Shatter Glass or maybe that Aftershock. We'll see how much damage this Crystal Flicker goes. But we do see a little team rotating up right now. I'm going to see maybe a little...
Churn is getting stuck, and that's a quick combo burst coming out on the Churnwalker. Maybe a little bit of an overstep. Maybe he wanted to secure the bush. He just didn't realize how much lockdown that From Mars actually has with the Lance Flicker. And Black Feather is falling extremely low. This might be a lot of tournaments going over to From Mars. If not, they take it. Fortress is at their mid. Might try to go to the backs. Sentry's not up yet.
Yeah, they're going to get the first turret.
Well, all this happened. Legendary Sky on Fortress does take their backs. He's trying to take the healer right now. From Mars might rotate into their jungle, or they might collapse onto Fortress. I think they're gonna split. So Lance is gonna collapse with Fortress maybe, and then Kestrel's taking the backs. Nice, I like that. Take his backs away.
Yeah, it looks like 2Gs is just making his presence known here in the mid. So far though, I don't know if there's too much talk about build-wise. We do see first power spike. We do see an engage coming out right now. It looks like Legendary Sky is dropping really low, but Hello Kitty, he needs to get out of there unless he's going to get a nice fountain, which was already popped. Actually, Starkey does take him down 2Gs. He's dropping really low. He does pop the healing flask, though. The root over the wall misses Erica Kane, running away from this Churnwalker. Churnwalker is going to do a decent amount of damage this early, but it looks like maybe Erica Kane's going to stay out alive, all because of this Crystal Sentry doing a pretty decent work right now on Piercy. I'm not sure if one kill does land on Churnwalker. I don't know if you saw it, but
beautiful on point finishes off Erica Kane. But he did get the healer,
but snipes.
And Hello Kitty, did you overstep a little bit too much? Yes, you did.
5 minutes in, we have 9 kills, exactly what we expected. People are just dying left and right. We got another engage already coming on top of 2Gs. Legendary's jumping in on top, getting good damage off. Looks like Stargate is just going to try to farm up here. I don't even know currently who's ahead, who's behind farming-wise, because laners have been rotating to backs and people have been taking away people's backs. It's really just been kind of chaos on the fold so far.
I think even though the gold matchup is a little bit in favor of From Mars, I feel like they're not getting a big enough lead. Because we look at Esssskit Gaming, their comp is a late game comp, a dive in. I feel like Flicker is not that good personally as a jungler. Very off meta. So I feel like if you don't get a big lead and shut down late game comp, you're going to lose late game. Unless Hello Kitty can come out pretty clutch, or they can make a lot of clutch plays together with their Stealth, Stun Trap, and Lance and Flicker combos. But I think at that point, they're just going to be too tanky for them.
Yeah, I mean, Erica Kane went with the Dragon's Eye first, so we'll see if this Flicker needs to be tanky in order to survive. some of these team fights. We'll have to see if Hello Kitty currently. Is this Hello Kitty, the Kestrel, going to run maybe a similar Ringo build? We do see actually Engage coming right now. Hello Kitty is trying to stay away from Starcade. Starcade is actually dropping him down extremely low. He takes him down immediately. We see 2G. He's just backing away. Erica Kane does not get up quick enough. That was a typical dive comp right there. They just dove on top of Starcade, or on top of Hello Kitty so fast. I was going to ask you if Hello Kitty was going to run a normal Ringo build, which is like this Spell Sword and Tyrant's Monocle type build.
It does look like he's going for it, huh? I think he is, maybe just to get like the cooldown on his beat quicker, because they're dive comp, so he needs to stay stealth over and over. But I really like the comp that Team Esssskit put into countering From Mars. I think they have a very strong comp put together for this.
Yeah, I think From Mars definitely needs to be careful and play this as smoothly as possible. They do dive in once again. Both players, Hello Kitty and Erica Kane, are melted immediately. There's huge damage coming. The attack from the pack is doing a lot of work getting those bleed stacks in. Right now, Starcade is just doing a pretty decent job on this Weapon Pirate Blackfeather. So the turret's going to drop here. The gold lead is kind of getting a little bigger. We're going to see the Crystal Sentry fall as well. So there'll be a little more gold over to them.
Well, it's not even just a little bit bigger, because From Mars was ahead by about 500 to 1,000 gold in a quick 2-3 minutes. Team Esssskit is up 4,000 gold, so 3,000. Yeah. My bad. That's quick for 2-3 minutes. That's 1,000 gold average per minute, increasing. So this could just turn into a snowball game as we're approaching the mid game mark. I think Team Esssskit can just go defenses now.
Yeah, huge Githian wall coming out from 2Gs on that Lance, though. They do drive on top of Erica Kane. Erica Kane gets dropped immediately. Hello Kitty, you need to get out of there. He's not going to get out of there, dead as well. Looks like the 2G that Lance that is currently invisible from the flicker is going to back away. Maybe impale over the wall. It misses, and I don't think they know he's there. So it looks like he's going to get away safely. He does. And Blackfeather is pushing lane. Maybe going to try to take down this turret, but the full team from Team Mars is here, actually, so he's going to have to back away from that. That last team fight, though, we see Shaded. They pretty much dive them and blow them up immediately.
Yeah, I think this is standing a mark. I think they're showing Team Hazards that if you don't take us seriously, we are going to beat you. And they're proving this here. They're absolutely demolishing them in these fights. And I think From Mars needs to take them seriously if they want to beat them. They had a strong first game, but as they try to change up their draft strats, they're losing this heavily.
Yeah, here we see another engage again, and Hello Kitty just immediately gets blown up, not able to stay safe at all. 2Gs was trying to stick next to Erica Kane, but it doesn't really matter. They all are going to fall. We're going to see, I believe, we see an ace from Team Esssskit. 10 minutes in, 14-4. This is starting to get out of control here. Kind of interested to see. I don't know if Shaded, you have any idea what the main thing that From Mars needs to do to try to slow this game down. I don't know if they're just picking bad team fights or just getting caught out.
They're not picking fights. It's like they're overstep a little bit too much, and then Team Esssskit, they're in such a great position to punish them for it. They had their dive comp potential, and they just punish them too quick. The only thing they can do is kind of like tower hug a little bit is pretty much all I can think of, and just let Team Esssskit mess up. And this is not the situation you want to be, where you're just relying on the other team or messing up, because at this point you don't have a win condition anymore, and that's what happened to Team Esssskit last game. They didn't have a win condition. They let themselves get too far behind, and you're just playing off of the other enemy team or messing up, which is not where you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, you see Lance getting dropped there, and now they have staggered death times once again, and we already see them trying to dive back on top of them and try to get them here comes the Crystal Sentry. That's going to go down actually. 2Gs jumps back in on top of them. The Githian Wall does come out. 3-man Githian Wall. That is huge, but they are still pretty healthy. Turn marker dropping a little low, but we still see a Fountain on his side. Stark just hanging around, maybe looking to win to Rose defensive end and get another kill. But we do see another big Githian Wall. That's huge. Here comes the Fountain, though. It does heal him back up. It looks like Stark is pretty healthy. He's doing a lot of damage. Erica Kane's go down. Hello Kitty, he's going to go down as well. We're going to see maybe another ace. Ace, Team Esssskit. That was a closer fight, but unfortunately, Stark had a lot of breaking point stacks.
Yeah, that was probably the best fight that we could see from Mars. Beautiful Githian walls, beautiful impales, and even combos with the Flicker A and Stealth Traps from Kestrel to lock them down. But their damage just isn't there enough quite yet. Hello Kitty is chunking, but that's pretty much it. Flicker is not really doing too much damage. She's also really squishy. She can't be in there, or she's gonna get bursted up. But that was a beautiful fight from Mars. They're just not strong enough at this point.
Yeah, we see them engaging once again. Actually, active traps get thrown down a lot. We're going to see that they're all pretty low. From Mars is pretty low. The Legendary jumps back in, gets blown up by the active camera trap, and there goes Percy. He dies as well. So with Stark being the only one left, he needs to back out of that and not give them any more advantage, and they just kind of took back from that team fight.
Yeah, this is kind of turning into just like a hyper carry Kestrel here. Just backpedaling, setting up stuns for him to blow out glimmer shots. I think once we get some more defenses on this fortress, or once the fortress uses his ult and then it's on cooldown, if they can't get killed, they just need to back off and wait again. Because they're messing up, like they're making their engagements after the wolves are down, which might be the mistake that from Mars just needs, is that they don't have their cooldowns anymore and they can burst them up. But once I think the wolves are out and they're on top of them, that might be it. They might be a little bit too far, and they're in the jungle right now. They're not at the turret, so they don't have much places to run. This might be the fight Team Esssskit needs. As they collapse on the Lance, Lance is done. They're collapsing on Kestrel. Stun comes through, Trespass comes through to stun up the Kestrel. She's not going anywhere. It's dead. Are they going to start up the gold mine? They have a minute. I think they're going to push the lane. Flicker's probably just going to be chilling in the jungle a little bit. Nothing there to take.
They almost lost that turret, but it looks like Stark did rotate up in time to go ahead and take it. They are also going for the gold mine, but Flicker's there. I don't think Flicker really should be sticking around too much. That fortress is going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, he had his boots active, but that's fortress ult down. They have 27 seconds on that. We don't have an infusion at the moment. We do now on Fortress and Hello Kitty. Black Feather just infused, so I think they want to fight now. 10 seconds on Fortress Wolves, 7 seconds as it goes down. Lance is dropping here. Quick little burst up. I think he was trying to check the goal mine for his team. With the dive comp in Fortress and then with the churn, he got his hooks landed. He wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, one kill does come through. Doesn't land on the target they were hoping for, though. So the payout does come through right before the Kraken spawns. 21-6 though. Right now, Esssskit just needs to keep picking smart fights and keep pushing the advantage. And if they play it correctly, it looks like this could be going to a third game. It looks like Erica Kane hasn't been able to do much on the Flicker, unfortunately, and with Hello Kitty pretty much running every team fight as soon as it happens. Has been rough. So we'll have to see this next team fight if it does break out on the Kraken or if they give it over to them.
Yeah. Whenever they're not by their turrets, the Kestrel is forced to run. That's pretty much like the only win condition is when they can set up a lot of turrets. A lot of the fights near their own turrets against the walls and stuff and stun traps, like you only have one path to dive from. But when you get caught out in the jungle, there's too many points and you can't really set up that many stuns correctly the way you want from the losing position.
Yeah, I mean, Stark is still pretty tanky with the build he's running right now. Masking breaking point with some decent defense there to keep him alive. He's 9-0. definitely has been keeping himself alive. Here comes the attack from the pack, though. It does come in. 2Gs is already being that tanky front line, though. He's taking a decent amount of damage. Kraken is actually almost half health already. It looks like Esssskit is trying to end the game. They're pushing up on this turret. First turret is about to drop, but they do lose Percy. They lose their captain, so that is pretty big. But it looks like Stark, he's trying just to take them down. There goes.
I think that's game. Kestrel's dead. I think that's game.
Yeah, they looks like 2Gs. He's
in the Kestrel a few times. He stops a few CC coming through afterwards. I think they're trying to combo with the flicker, and he was able to Rose offensive, block that out, and then dive onto the Kestrel, finish her off. And yeah, he did some great things first game on the Ringo, and then he's doing good things on the Black Feather too. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Mars decided to play a interesting comp, and it, is forcing them to go into a third game. So, the game overall, I think the Fortress pick and the Black Feather, it was just too much for the Flicker and the Kestrel.
I think that coming into this third game, though, from Mars is going to go with the more common draft style.
Yeah, for sure. They'll definitely probably go back to something they're more comfortable with.
Yeah, so we'll see how the draft pattern goes. See if Mars can be dominant once again. They're going to need this next win, because whoever wins this next game wins the series. So they need to bring their A game again.
Yeah, definitely would be good for from Mars as a team to get their first win in the NACL. I don't know if they want to have that loss on record when they ran that crystal flicker. All right, well, hopefully this next drafting round does go smoothly. Hopefully the links will be sent correctly and the teams will get into the draft with no issues. That way we can start this third game and wrap up this series. It's been a good one so far. Yeah, so going into this third game, I was pretty confident last game that Farm Mars had the mechanical skill to still win. So hopefully they pick something more that they are a little more comfortable on and something that they definitely know how to perform to the correct win conditions. And if the teams are ready, I think we are going to get into this next draft. Shaded, any pre-predictions before we even draft?
I think just they need to be careful on Team Esssskit. They are going to probably go back to something they are stronger on, so they might try to go for the Rona picks again. They ran Kestrel twice. I don't really think that's where their strong suits are. I think they might hold off on what Erica Kane is good at, I guess. Just so when they face teams later on, I think his Kestrel's fine. I think they're used to a different style of drafting though from what I'm used to. So they might try to hold off a little bit so they face later teams. So I don't know how sweaty they're gonna go. We do see I think the draft has started already. Am I right?
Yeah, we got a Rona ban on side A. Which is that Rona being targeted, of course, being a very strong laner.
From Mars is B. Okay, yeah. All right, so we see a Varia ban as well. This leaves Captains completely open. So this isn't going to be an outdraft like game one where they're starved of captains because captains are all open. You can get the Arden, Grace. We could probably see those coming out from both teams. I would expect that. First picks on either of those captains. Let's see. I'm correct. From Mars is B-side this game again, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So the Rona's gone from them. They don't have that option anymore. They ran the Rona first game, and they're pretty dominant with it. I want to see a captain pick come out from Esssskit. Maybe the Grace or the Arden. If they are confident with the churn, I mean. Okay, so the Grace does come out. Perfect pick, what I was expecting. That secures them really quickly. And then the Black Feather coming through you from Mars is good. I think Esssskit Gaming took the Black Feather last game, so maybe starve them of a carry pick they might be good at. And Black Feather is pretty meta right now anyway, so you can flex that in the jungle or the lane. Great flex pick. Rona's off the board as well. Ringo ban. Okay, so you don't want to face the Ringo Grace combo. I understand that. Ringo can apply a lot of damage even on the Black Feather, and Black Feather can try to dive on if it's weapon or poke. But with those Grace heals coming through, it's just too much sustain, and the Ringo's going to keep shredding through that Ringo too quick. The Ringo's going to shred through the Black Feather too quick. I'm curious to see what this next ban is going to be. Maybe an Arden ban?
Yeah, I was going to say either Arden or...
It is the Arden ban. All right, so we do see the Arden ban. We know that from Mars 2Gs, or do you know why LOL is a good Lance. He made a name for himself with Lance picks, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see a Lance pick. Otherwise, they could do Churn still open on the board. Churn is one of those top tier roamers, so you can see a Churn. I would have to assume his Churn is pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's either going to be the Churn or the Lance pick here. That's what I'm assuming.
They also could go, I mean, the Lyra, yeah. Lyra does through, it looks like.
They did Lyra?
Lyra, yes.
Okay, this one throws me off a little bit. I'm surprised. I thought for sure they'd go with what I thought they'd go for, either the Churn or the Lance. But Lyra makes sense. You got Sustain with the Black Feather. Lyra B could cancel out the Grace. What do you go for when you're Team Esssskit now? You're facing a Black Feather and a Lyra. You need to make it so you can win the lane matchup against Black Feather and the jungle matchup. So let's see.
Can a Vox win into a Black Feather? Because we still have not seen a Vox.
I think Vox has the potential if you get enough like stacks, and with the Grace Seals, it's definitely possible. You get the shield reduction, and then you get a burst still coming through, probably two. And then you could try a Vox, but that's for a weapon Black Feather. I think a Vox against CP Black Feather is even better. Like you can dance around, and just once the Aegis comes through, it does a lot less. So maybe you could do like a Vox Kashka pick here in case the Black Feather does go CP, or even weapon. A lot of bursts coming through.
Yeah, I mean, they could pick up that Fortress again, and I mean maybe run another aggressive Fortress if they do like Vox Fortress, or I guess a Kashka could be useful as well for early aggression. Dagio.
So they're changing up. Well, we're not used to this type of style of draft, but maybe this is what they feel confident. They're going to do Dagio and Sky. So you have a lot of range with this type of comp. All right, maybe they're trying to change it up a little bit. Maybe they're going to do like a weapon Sky, and then CP Grace low cooldowns jungle, and then Roma Dagio. Maybe.
Yeah, or it could be a weapon Adagio and CP Sky.
Yeah. I was trying to be creative, but we see at the top of pick come up from Mars. I like it. You have two range carries, probably two range carries. Taka applies a lot of burst when you have a Black Feather there that can dive in as well. There's not really too much you can do except for try to sustain, which Team Esssskit does have. They have Grace and a little bit of Adagio heal. But the problem with Blackfeather and Taka is their consistency to be able to dive. So once you stop one dive with heals, they can do it again about 5 to 10 seconds later, if not before. So something you need to look out for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the Taka, like you were saying, the Taka's probably focus on that sky and trying to blow up the sky as much as possible, but really trying to figure out maybe where these the sky and Adagio are going to end up. It looks like we're going to have a jungle sky with a weapon Adagio in the lane.
I think weapon Adagio can be pretty, might be a little bit, like, can be abusive to Blackfeather. So maybe if they can try to get an early enough lead and try to like really punish them early game, I think they might try to set themselves up for a good position. But Taka, he's very strong early game with stacks. Like if they overextend too much and Taka gets a good rotation in from the jungle, I think that could spell a disaster for an Adagio if he's too far in the lane.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see if the range advantage helps Stark, but you know, I'm really looking at to focus on Erica Kane this game. I think this Taka will be a little more entertaining for me personally, seeing him on a hero that I think can actually make a difference compared to that flicker of the last game.
And this is heroes from Mars are very confident on, the Blackfeather on Hello Kitty and Taka from Erica Kane. Erica Kane has been known to run multiple Taka games, and Hello Kitty is very adept on this Blackfeather. I'm not too much about Stark and Adagio. It's just like kind of an off-draft meta for me, seeing the sky with Adagio, but I've seen some teams run the Adagio weapon power, so we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, we're going to see the Elder Train is started up here. I don't know if they're going to be able to come in and steal it away. It looks like Hello Kitty did pick it up, so that is nice. That actually a lot of damage going off on Percy, though. The Legendary Sky is trying to get some damage on Taka, though. He's not landing that forward barrage, and it looks like Legendary Sky is going to drop extremely low here and does fall first blood over to Erica Kane. Great start already for them. Trying to get started on the right foot here. We do see Stark, though. He is farming up, trying to push the lane. Not really actually pushing it. Looks like he's just actually holding it.
So what I was saying, once Taka is probably one of the most strongest games early on, and he had full stacks. Once they blew up that Grace, luckily the Grace took it away, but that Kaku came through, speed boost, speeding up the Taka. He got one auto in the sky, and that was it. He can stay on top of her.
Yeah, so, I mean, if Hello Kitty, if we see anything like Stark did last game, he dominated on this Blackfeather, so I'm pretty interested to see Hello Kitty, I believe, do the same in this matchup. Really, it's just going to see if Erica Kane is going to be able to disrupt Legendary Sky as much as we know that Taka can be a nuisance, and we already see this right now going on. Erica Kane, and once again, is focused on this guy. Going ahead, Lyra is actually going to take it away. Does get the kill, though, and it looks like Percy's dropping extremely low himself. Erica Kane's going to get another pickup for him. Should have 3 kills now, sitting at 2, though. So definitely a very strong start for him. Going to continue this jungle aggression, pick up another Elder Treant, and move on into, I would assume, his jungle to continue farming.
Yeah. I like the idea that Team Esssskit put into this draft. They have a comp that kites backwards for this Blackfeather, and I think they did that solidly. I think they just focused too much on it, and this Taka he's just giving it to this guy.
Yeah, I think hope to see. I think I don't know if I was gonna ask you. This Taka gets too big of an advantage early on and steals away too much jungle camps that it's going to be maybe too much for the side of Team Esssskit.
In my opinion, I think it's gonna be. as they are the favorites again, I want to mention. So like, if when they get an advantage, I think they're gonna be able to punish them even harder than, let's say they weren't like the team to watch, I guess. But like they are
Yeah.
the team to watch. So like when they get advantages, you have to assume they're gonna be able to do a lot with it. So I feel like I want to say they can take this advantage and just punish them a lot once this Taka gets level 6 and Blackfeather level 6. I feel like they're gonna be able to punish Team Esssskit very hard for this draft that they put together.
Yeah, we're going to see maybe a little scrimmage up in the lane here. Hello Kitty just still focusing on farming up. 2G is going to keep him healthy. There's Imperial Sigils. We're going to have to see if we see a rotation here soon. Taka definitely needs to continue farming, try to get to level 6 as quick as possible to make Team Esskit's life even more difficult. A little cheeky play there. Imperial Sigil just keeps Stark around. Now he's going to continue to farm, though. Here comes the whole team for SK. Hello Kitty does start to drop low. He's taking a good amount of damage. 2G's is trying to tank up for him. Imperial Sigil, not enough mana or energy to throw that out. On top of him, not able to completely save him. We do see Erica Kane in the jungle currently looking for some minions. I'm not sure they're not up. He's not going to get it. So it looks like he's just going to start the Crystal Sentry. Interesting tactic here. We see the boots popped on Legendary. Legendary is trying to get there as quick as possible to stop this. Looks like Erica Kane is going to get it, and looks like he's going to try to maneuver himself out of this. He actually jumps back in on top of Sky. The level 6 power spikes. That's just dangerous. The Ekretsu, so much health chunked down. Lyra shows up, gets the health. The fountain on top of Erica Kane. Erica Kane's pretty healthy. There goes Adagio, drops as well. Out of nowhere, here comes Mars, showing how strong they really are. Looking to get an ace, but I don't think they're going to get it. Grace actually does get out of it. But this is going to be a good opportunity for them to take some objectives.
Absolutely. So knowing that they had a lane advantage on Team Esskit, Erica Kane realized this, and he said, "What do I need to do to stop this?" So he takes out their sentry that immediately took Team Esskit's attention all on him. And as Lyra was able to top off Blackfeather, they collapsed while Erica Kane destroyed Sky with the level 6 burst. They already have their lead. Now it's a 2-on-3 when all the members of From Mars are full. And just beautiful play from Erica Kane with his jungle rotation. I like it. I do want to mention, though, like in the lane, how they took down that Blackfeather really low. There's a fight going on, though, if you want to direct that real quick.
Yeah, Hello Kitty does start dropping low once again. 2G is trying to do his best to keep him alive. Once again, Taka is just in the jungle, and these two up here from Team Mars are just holding their own, trying to continue to push the lane. I don't think we're going to see anything else major unless we see Taka rotate up, but he is making his way into the jungle. He's going to find himself a Sky, actually. Legendary, I don't really think he wants to take this right now. I think Erica's trying to get the minion. He does get it, and now he's going to hang around, maybe look at getting another Ekretsu, but they do go ahead and back out. Meanwhile, Hello Kitty, he is trying to take that 1v1, but he's taking some turret shots. Piercy does jump on top of him. Imperial Sigil, keep him healthy once again. Definitely some aggression coming out of both teams.
When I look at Team Esskit, I think it matches how they draft. Like, how they play against the Blackfeather, I feel like it's perfect. Like, they're executing it perfectly to play against the Blackfeather. And so they knew what they needed to counter the Blackfeather. I think they just need to think of a draft to where they don't get outdrafted now. So yeah. you know what you have to do to counter, but now just don't get outdrafted. So I think they got half of it solved. So maybe they can clean up their draft a little bit. I can expect some good stuff from this team.
Yeah, they have played pretty well tonight. Right now, Erica Kane is trying to make, basically causing as much chaos as he can on the Taka. He just keeps jumping in and out, doing a lot of damage. Actually, currently, they only have Grace, who's really low. The other two are pretty healthy. Hello Kitty actually is going to fall here. We saw G2 try to jump in there to get in the way of that forward barrage. It didn't work. Erica Kane shows back up, doing more and more damage. She's not quite able to focus on one person enough to take them down. We actually could see From Mars here drop. The ultimate does come out, but it is dodged by Erica Kane. No surprise there. Meanwhile, Lyra distracted the other two and actually dropped. But, Erica Kane, no fear. Just fight. Unfortunately,
he almost paid for it with his life right there, taking barrage to the face.
Oh, he did get out of there though, using the minions, and he just doesn't leave.
Erica
He just,
Kane, is this your
yeah.
demise? No.
Oh my, he got the kill. Hello Kitty shows up and cleans up. What was that? I
That
did
was
not
some,
understand.
that was some good stuff from Erica Kane. Using his A to flip over a few of those autos coming through to secure the kill on Sky. Luckily, Grace finished him off, I think, with the second auto attack passive. But Black Feather came just in time to finish off the Grace right after that.
Yeah, looking at taking away some backs here, but unfortunately the whole team's going to be here. And Lyra is here, though. Hopefully heal up Hello Kitty, get him out nice and safe. No harm here. Maybe a couple minions stolen away towards Hello Kitty. Add to that advantage. But currently, Erica Kane kind of controlling this game himself, 6-1, causing a lot of issues on the side of Team Esskit, not being able to really find him, get any kills on him, and truly stop him. And I think once we get into later and later, once Blackfeather gets even stronger, it's going to be even a bigger problem for Team Esskit to try to focus on Taco if Hello Kitty can just stack up.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. I think that Erica Kane is doing a great job. Like he has a draft advantage, so like this is what he kind of like should be doing. But like he's doing it phenomenally. So he does deserve credit, even though he has the Taka advantage. But he's doing a great job with it. We see a Grace trying to take out the gold mine or steal it, but they just secure the gold mine, and that's a dead Grace already.
Yeah, dead Grace. Unfortunately, wasn't probably worth it trying to get the gold mine. But here comes Erica Kane. Finds a nice guy that he can maybe attack and let's see, probably take down in a couple hits, which he does. Erica Kane's going to hang around. Let's continue with the Crystal Sentry. Let's just continue with my dominance. He's going to maybe take that out and move on to this Adagio, who was sticking around, but it looks like he's backing out. Nope, here we go.
Oh,
Erica Kane.
he does want the Adagio, but he gets reflex block.
Yeah, here comes the dive. We got all members behind the turret here. So Arcade does the ultimate. Doesn't really affect anyone here. We see, all three members from Team Esskit actually falling, and we're going to see not the ace, actually. Sky's back up. I forgot Sky had died previously, and we're just going to see the portal right on top of the Sky. That was huge damage. The bleed from the Taka. Erica Kane actually just walked away and watched Sky bleed out from Taka's passive there.
Yeah, he got one comboed, and that just says a lot. They were under turret that whole time with that dive. I mean, it was a 2-on-3, so they have all members at the start. But at the end, the Black Feather took 927 damage, and like he was still at half. Like he was taking turret shots, and it just shows their dominance that they have when they can just stand in the turret and just regenerate and keep their dive up.
Yeah, being able to balance aggro during a turret dive like that is pretty impressive. Here we see Starkey, or Hello Kitty actually is just 1v2ing, but here comes 2Gs to try to help him stay healthy. He's doing a lot of damage right now, 15 breaking point stacks. He's extremely high. If Taka could get here somehow from across the map, they'd be able to win this team fight. But 3v2 right now, they're just continuing to push the aggression, trying to maybe wait for Taka to rotate up, but he's just going to keep on kind of farming away here. Looks like Hello Kitty does actually pick that up, even though this guy did most of the damage. Here comes Taka, though. Maybe this Crystal Sentry is going to fall and be eliminated. Or, yep, it is eliminated. So that is out of the picture now. We're going to see probably Mars have a big advantage in the jungle and be able to control Esskit's jungle. I don't know if we're going to see another engage here or not. Here it is on top of Grace. Erica Kane jumps right in. Ultimate and Holy Nova. Both of them miss. Hello Kitty goes in and cleans up. Here comes Legendary Sky. Jumps back in, but I don't think that's really going to matter. Erica, did you go too far? You went too far. The Sentry. Or the Sanctuary got him.
Sanctuary. I think it's just a complete rollover at this point. You have a lot of damage coming out from the Black Feather as well now, so it's not just Taka solely carrying now. Like the Black Feather is a menace himself. He's able to take on the Grace and Adagio alone pretty evenly, if not winning that trade out. I think while they were fighting, no one had infusions. I believe Erica Kane's was gone, and then Hello Kitty's, I think his was ticking down. So maybe if they wanted to dive, maybe try to have those infusions on you. Just keep your dominance. I don't know if Team Esskit really has the money to infuse. They don't. really have their items yet that they need. But there's a fight. Blackfeather's diving onto Adagio and Grace 1v2, and he's pulling it off. This Adagio might die. He fountain everything down. Grace all. Now Grace is going to be finished off here. Essentially a 1v2. Blackfeather would have been perfectly fine doing that 1v2. Lyra just comes over and helps out a little bit.
Yeah, he just simply walked up to the two of them and said, let me just get some breaking point stats on you guys. Let me just sit here and 1v2. We saw the fountain come out too late because the execute came on Starkey and he died immediately. And honestly, it just kind of shows right now that Hello Kitty and even Erica Kane are really not afraid to put themselves into any situation. I'm not a VG8 player here, but Erica Kane's build right now is completely full glass cannon aggression, no defense. He's just wants to blow people up as quick as possible.
And it's wonderful because they don't have the money to buy defense. They don't have infusion money. They're literally kind of like sitting ducks for this talker right now. And that's not a good place you want to be when this Blackfeather can pretty much 1v2 you guys already, if not 1v3.
Yeah, the team fight is breaking out once again. We already saw Starkey get taken down immediately. Erica Kane's back on top of Sanctuary, getting absolutely destroyed by it, but he doesn't really care. He's trying to do as much damage as possible. He dives back in on top of the Legendary Sky. Legendary going extremely low, but the Sanctuary is going to heal him back up along with a little reflex block to keep him alive. But here we go. The focus on the turrets. They're going to try to take him down and maybe win the game. Erica, meanwhile, is just going to keep pressuring Sky. Come step out of the base. I dare you because I really want to kill you. Both turrets fall. Here goes the base. I do not think From Mars was too happy about that last loss. You're like, look, we don't play like that. Let's go ahead and finish this game at the 15-minute mark and take the series 2-1. GG's From Mars.
That ends the series for tonight. From Mars, a team to watch. Very dominant performance, and the two teams they got good drafts from. I mean, we still have, I think it's Esssskit Gaming. They played well. I think they have to clean up their draft a little bit. Like I think they have some talent, but they're mechanically solid. I think they just got to clean up their drafts a little bit. Once they got a good draft, either like by a mess up from Mars, maybe they played something they weren't used to. Esssskit did punish them really hard. So I think if they can get better drafts, not get outdrafted so easily, they would be a lot stronger than what shows.
Yeah, I think they're pretty excited about that second match victory, and they did go to best of 3 against From Mars, even if there was a little trolling or not. But I don't know, GG's